Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. My name's Deanna. Today we'll be working on week number 5 of my 13 weeks of Halloween. They will be uploaded several times a week, not 1 week at a time, so that you have time to gather what you need or to find something similar to recreate what I am giving you a tutorial on. So I had these from the Dollar Tree in my Halloween box for several years now. And I thought I would do a little update on these. Now this is just their glittered pumpkin, and I am not sure if they carry the same glittered one, but they do carry a similar size. This pumpkin, and it doesn't matter, you can do this in any size, you'll just have to um, kind of adjust your measurements for your um, fabric and stuff. So this is about 4-inch pumpkin, and it is approximately 3.5 inches tall, including the stem. So what I did was I took I have burlap by the yard. If you have the burlap that's in um, like in the roll, like ribbon, that will work too. I just happen to have a lot of burlap by the roll. This I have cut 2 inches wide by approximately 6 inches long. I have started to glue a couple down, and I'm trying to center it on each thing so that my sides are going down in the ribs there. And I'm going to fold this actually, and I'm going to cut this on an angle to compensate for that top part there. There we go. And I will actually probably trim the bottom a little bit shorter, but I'd rather have a little more than not enough. So I have a dowel here to help me press that in because I don't want to get burnt by the hot glue. I'm going to start right on this, and I'm just going to overlap these. I'm going to get them on a, but I'm staying right in those rib lines there. I'm going to drop that in there. Use my dowel to press it in. And if the glue strings come out, that's fine. That's not going to bother me. Okay. I just don't want to get burnt. I'm going to flip that up, and I'm going to bring some more down right in those ribs again, right to the bottom. And these ribs are going to get covered up with some extra ribbon, so they don't have to be perfect. There we go. Once it gets a little cooler, then I can use my fingers here. And I think I'm going to trim that down a little bit too. My angle must have been off a little bit here. There we go. All right. I'm going to put like that. You will clean up any glue that gets all of my fingers. There we go. Okay. Same thing. Let's put that in half. I'm going down, oh, probably about 1.5 inches, and then angling up to that, checking it. This time I'm going to try to stay better. There we go. So we're going to come back in, drop a couple lines there of glue. Let me hold it. If you hear the race on, it's race day. My husband is watching the race, and I tone it out. I don't even pay attention to it. I like to watch the race a little bit here and there, but don't have time today. Today is pumpkin day. All right. I'm going to trim this down a bit. I don't want to get too bunched up down there. There we go. It's the bottom. It's not going to matter that much, but Try to avoid getting too much down there. Okay, and I did cut 8 of these because there was 8 ribs. So there's 8. Oops, oh, that's my next project. Depending on how long this takes, I might try to sneak in another tutorial with this one. We will see. It's really loopy. All right, this, bring it on an angle, trim it off here a little bit. There we go. I'm going to start here. There we go. Okay, sneaking under there. Sometimes it's easier with my fingers. I can press it a little better. Strings out a little bit more, that's all. That looks messy. Now the stem I just touched with a little bit of black paint, just to kind of conceal that bright orange a little bit. I'm going to trim this one too. And get a little glue under there. There we go. Bump in there. Don't want that bump. There we go. 3 more to go. Let's actually fold this in half like that. Fold it in half again and then trim it. I'm going to do it over top of my trash here too. Burlap can be messy, so I just did the same thing. Okay, just trimming both ends. Okay. All right. Lots of strings. Okay. I'm probably being very generous with the glue. I'm sure it doesn't. You could also probably use instead of the hot glue, you could probably use Mod Podge and come up with the same thing. I just don't have time to let Mod Podge set up before I move on, so that's why I went with the hot glue. But if you got lots of time, you probably could do the Mod Podge. Okay. Check something here a second. Okay. Just want to see if it's covering properly. Okay. So fold it in half this way, fold it in half this way, and then I'm going to come down about 1.5 inches and cut on an angle. Just like that. Seems to be doing a little better that way. And actually I can trim this down a little too long. Like I said, I'm probably going way heavier on the hot glue than I need to. Now my other ribbon is a ribbon from Michaels. And I don't know if they carry it anymore. It's from their Celebrated Halloween. I've had it for several years. This will actually finish it up, which is good because I'm trying to use up my stash of things. I get so much. And then it just sits. It doesn't do any good. Not any good. And when I see that bulking up there, then I trim it down a little bit because I don't need a lot of bulk. I would like this to sit flat on the table there. Okay. One last piece. Let me trim a couple of these off here. There we go. Just loose strings. One more. Yep, 8. I've cut plenty of them. Fold in half again, and I will do this one right here since I've already got a mess anyway. Down about that part, trim it in, and I'm going to just snip this off the bottom already because I know I'm going to have to. A couple beads of hot glue to start. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to try to use a little bit less glue on this one here. See what happens. Everybody's getting their fall stuff out here. And I'll probably be doing some fall things too, but I wanted to get these Halloween things in. So you had time to shop around for the stuff you might need. Yeah, okay. Really nice and flat. Well, I'm going to have a mess to clean up. Okay, so now I've cut these in 6-inch strips, and how I determined that was I measured from the top down to the center of the bottom. And so if you have a bigger pumpkin or smaller pumpkin, you will have to adjust your ribbons to that size. These are going to come right down the center of each of those spines. If I can see it, just like that, with the skulls facing up. There we go. Just to, sometimes you get sick of seeing the same thing. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just redecorate some of the things I already have. And instead of buying more of the similar, just kind of update some of the items I have. There we go. To get an idea of what that's looking like. Oops, let me put something back down there. Get that glued back down there. It's coming up. There we go. Okay. we go. Oops, a bit more glue there. Back to the center. Okay. And I'm not worried about a couple of these little strays here and there because I'm going to be putting some paper roses on there. So, all right. Okay. Put a little bit glue under there. See? Okay. Hold that with that. That's getting a little warm. And I have a ton of glue strings on my hand. Let's see here. If I can get that off of there. There we go. And I did burn the edges of these two to seal them with my lighter so that they stay without fraying. Last one here. Stretch it. There we go. All right. So that's what we have so far. There we go. Okay, now I do have some of the black and orange paper roses from AliExpress. So I'm going to add a few of these. And I do have a spider or two. Let me see if we get those. So I'm going to start with some black ones here. I'm going to snip it and then press it down so that it stays together. I'm just going to snip a bunch of them here so they're all ready to go. I have found that if I don't save a little bit of wire on there, that sometimes they start coming apart. So, and I don't need them coming apart after I've glued them down. All right, so let's do those a little bit here. I'm just going to go right around that top first. And then we'll probably drop down and pressing them out of my fingers. Okay, so I got 5 around the top there. And now I think I'm not gonna drop down all over the place, but maybe just in a, oh my goodness sakes. Got my Butterfingers on today. There we go. I'll grab a couple orange ones here, just a pop of color. Oh, I'm not very talkative today, am I? Whoa. There we go. All right. I love these little roses. They are just the perfect size to fill in, you know, here and there. And let's put one over on this side here, like so. And I do have these spiders, but I don't know how well they'll show up. It's pretty black. I think new. I think we won't use the spider. I'll get a couple more roses here. I kind of wanted to keep this simple, just kind of update it. And two. All right. Whoops. Okay. Let me see here. Whoa. I'm going to make this the front of my pumpkin, I think, so that I just have just a little bit kind of coming down. I don't need them coming down all over the place. Just there. Let's add another orange. Goodness gracious. Glue strings are grabbing everything. Okay, I got my black here. And let's do another orange. I think right down in here. Oh my gosh. All right. There we go. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. And nice update for a pumpkin. And let me clean this stuff up here a second. And get it out of my way. I think I'm going to make the other video a second video so they don't run too long. I'm trying to keep them under half hour, and if I start the next one it will be way too long. So this is again week number 5 of 13 weeks of Halloween. I hope you're enjoying following along, and ask that you please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you do, make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified each time a new video is uploaded. I do usually the minimum of one a week, but usually there's more unless I get really busy and I can't. There are certain times that I just can't, and then I at least try to get up one. So thumbs up is always appreciated. And until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.